Hello, everybody. Good evening. How are we today? Welcome in to League Racing TV. We are here for the final race of season 5 here for CTC. We're here at the magnificent Brazilian track, and here to commentate all this lovely action is myself, Piney Penguin, and Corey Brooks. No idea where he is, so hey ho. But anyway, we're just about to get into full qualifying, so let me just get that track map on the screen for you guys. The Brazilian track, 15 turns, 2.67 miles long. It's got 2 DRS zones, starting from turn 15 down to turn 1, and then from turn 3 down to turn 4. So expect overtaking there a lot. And just before we get into qualifying, I will bring up the standings after last week. So obviously Suzuki Igniters top of the board, but the battle for P2 and 3 is now just between two teams. It's between FVR and Thomas Eng Racing. 6 points between the two teams coming into this race. So it is battle. It's FVR and Thomas Eng Racing will be pulling out all the stops today to try and pip Thomas Eng Racing to second. Then Venturi is 31 points behind Thomas Eng Racing, so they do have somewhat of an outside chance of getting P3, but it is highly unlikely, even though for them being 31 points behind, and with 42 points still up for grabs. And then TF10 nowhere near, but they're in their own battle with Tata and Race Tech for P5 in the standings. Future Racing Team are in their little battle with AMR Esports for P7. Future Racing Team only having one driver today because their other driver has taken ill, and I wasn't told until literally 10 minutes. About 2 minutes ago. And then we've got 18 points behind AMR, and then Azure. They've got no drivers today, so they will finish this season in 10th, in a very dismal 10th place. So that is unfortunate for them. But today, really, all eyes are on FVR and Thomas Eng Racing to see which of these two teams gets the money and gets some money. Like, Venturi does have an outside chance, but Venturi would have to take literally all 42 points if they want an outside shot. Even if they do that, they need to outscore Thomas Eng Racing by the 11 points. So as long as Thomas Eng Racing does not pick up like 10th and 11th, they should have a good shot at getting it. But anyway, you can hear the game audio of the cars leaving the garage, so we'll get into qualifying now, as some of these drivers are now leaving the pit lane. Yeah, that's it. Right, so who is first to actually do a lap? I should have also shown the lineup for you guys as well, but oh well. I think it's Benjamin Webb, the Brit for Future Racing Team, will do the first lap. Never mind, he's doing some Tokyo drifting into turn 1, and that's his banker lap in the mud. So I just saw Williams go past. I assume it is, yep, there we are, it is Scott Holmes. The British man is going to look to take us on for the first flying lap. It is on the intermediate tyre, but obviously that's just to set a banker time. There's no issue of that. So now he's coming around turn 6 here, now into turn 7. Sorry, that was turn 9. That's turn 9. So I'm getting confused with corners. I don't have a track map on my second monitor, so give me 1 second. You'll see a pause menu for about a few seconds, just while I quickly get a Brazil track map to put on my second monitor. Like I said, I do apologise. I forget to put this on every single week for my my benefit. So just give me 1 second. There we go. There we go. And Scott Holmes, to finish his lap, does an 11.1. Like, yesterday I was watching a console race. They had a very wet qualifying. It did dry up towards the end, but it's fine. So, and Aaron Dominguez goes even faster than Scott Holmes by 0.2 of a second. Anyone else on an Intus run? We got Luca here for Tatum Race Tech up the hill and slots just between the AMR drivers of Pau Villegas and Mario Aramoso. They're the two Spanish. Why are you telling me to check my Discord DMs, Jacob? Why are you telling me to do this? Unfortunately, it's I hear cars leaving the garage. Right. Finish checking my Discord. Right. Who? Oh yeah, that's a lot of people leaving the garage, so they're all gonna have like 2 runs. Oh, Jesus Christ, some of these corners have names, I can't say any of them. Nah, you're okay, Jacob. So, we're right on board here with Luca for Tatum Race Tech. Mine is going to look to try and get high into Q2. Obviously, we do. Unfortunately, today we're only going to have 17 drivers. One of the TF10s is running a little late, and I've given that driver a punishment. So, hopefully things. Anyway, Luca now coming into the Senna S's, and then around Curva del Sol. And oh, he's already validated his lap. That was quick. Alright, we'll go on board with Scott Holmes then as he's coming down towards turn 4 and 5. Yeah, now I cannot say that without screwing it up on the thing. So, and now coming up the hill for turn 6 and 7. Ooh, very close there for track limits, pushing the absolute edge. Obviously, Thomas Eng Racing will want to try and qualify as high as possible because they are fighting FVR for P2 in the driver the team's standings. 6 points separates the two of them as now Scott Holmes comes into Zheng Sao and now back up the hill onto the power around turn 14 and now activating that DRS. Then up towards the line. What's it going to be for Scott Holmes? It is a 106.953 as Victor Widler goes a 10th slower, and then his teammate goes, and then Santa Maria goes a few tenths like that. Joe Lindstrom a couple tenths off. That is, looks like Thomas Laminen coming across line. Oh, also into the 6s. Oh, but Chris Basinski for TF10 goes even faster to take provisional P1 in this. As now, here comes Jerome Visser. Up to line, the SCA driver goes up to P6, just behind Jonas Orpel, who has got slotted into P5. We got Supply Raptor starting his lap. The American looking to try and do well here for Tatum Race Tech. Like, if I remember correctly, wasn't Supply Raptor used to be a console racer, but then obviously swapped to PC. There's Marcel Baptiste for TF10. Yeah, he's only allowed to do 1 run in each qualifying session. Punishment for being late. Like, I was told he was going to be late, but honestly, the reason was not good enough, so he's only allowed 1 run. Anyway, Supply Raptor up on his lap. Where is he going to go? Slowest right now of the soft runners is a 7.5, and he does a 7.157, just ahead of the Tatum Race Tech. Oh, sorry, both the SCIs, because Isaac Lee has also done a lap that I've missed. Now, and I have just been pinged by AMO. Why? I don't understand why AMR is complaining so much. Okay, why is Marcel set 1 time lap? He's got his time lap. That's 1 run. I don't think Dennis Langrock's even in the session anyway. Well, even doing his lap, his thing. So, oh, he's still out anyway. Sorry. Yes, there is commentary, Jake, but it's just I'm just having to talk to a team right now. Uh, there will be, unfortunately, there will be a restart after quali. It's because okay, scoreline. It's because I'm talking to Thomas Eng Racing, literally because their driver Dennis Langrock is having very bad PC issues. So they do have a reserve for tonight. So I've given them until pretty much 5 minutes from the end of qualifying 3. If Dennis hasn't fixed his stuff by then, I am allowing their other driver to race, but he will have to start from the very back with Marcel Baptiste. both of them will start from the very back. And then obviously Joel Lindstrom, he has a 5-place grid penalty for illegal blocking. That will get removed from wherever he finishes, that'll be corrected as well. So I don't like having to do restarts, but in this situation when someone's having PC issues who join the lobby then crashes, have PC issues, I do not want that ghosted car causing any more issues for the rest of the lobby. So that's okay, miss. Yes. Yes, because I had to explain to one of the Thomas Eng Racing managers thing. So like I've given him notice and stuff, so yeah. Like, I'm sorry it did take that long. It should not have done. Like, these things do happen. Like I said, I do apologize for being quiet while I sort this. I'm basically not doing anything here in qualifying 2. I do apologize, but like for the most part, nothing really happens in the first part of qualifying. All the good bits is when it comes to like the final runs. So, and it's fine. It's just I don't think anyone's really on a fast lap. They're all on an in lap now. So Aaron Dominguez fastest with 6.6. Damn. I haven't Santa Maria doing so long. Yeah, you would like that, Jake, because you're an FVR. But it's like, if they race with one driver, they might as well just kiss P2 goodbye. So it's but like you've got to. Are you, Jake? Thinking has an FBI in his name and thing. But like, you got to also figure as well, like the Thomas Eng Racing driver will be at the back, so he's gonna have, he's gonna have an issue though. So Aaron, Victor Widler, and Chris all calling the dogs off early. Same with Thomas Lamonen. I still think these guys could still go faster. Anyway, who left the pits? I think that's the Supply Raptor. We'll go on board with the American. So yeah. Like I said, I have given Thomas Eng Racing until, like I say, 5 minutes left of Q3. If they cannot... Like, all I've heard today is nothing but complaining from everybody. Like, first I had complaining from AMR manager. He should be lucky that Marcel didn't even make Q2 in the end. So, like, him and the other Thomas Eng Racing driver will start from the back. And then obviously Joel, wherever he finishes, he'll get 5 places added. I do hope Joel gets into Q3. I really do hope Joel Lindstrom gets into Q3. I would like to see him get into Q3 for once, because his teammate does it constantly. But anyway, on board with Supply Raptor on his final run here as we come down to the Senna S's. Nice and close to the curb, touching every apex, nice and tight out from the exit of turn 4. Sorry, turn 3. Now on the first DRS zone, down towards turn 4 and 5, the double left. And now we go up the hill towards turn 6 and 7. And now onto the heavy braking zone of turn 8. And now we go downhill. You can just let the car coast around this corner pretty much. And now back on to the power towards turn number 10. Around that nice and tidily. And then coming up just to finish the middle sector there. He's only half a tenth up on his current time. Coming around the final corner now. Might get a little bit of slipstream from the Alpine ahead. He doesn't really, but comes across the line. Goes just under a tenth faster to do a 6.8. But that is not quite fast enough for what he wants. Villegas has invalidated, but he's still got plenty of time to do another lap. Mario is started his flying up, so he's done a double out lap. Ivan Santa... Ooh, bit of a slide there from Santa Maria as he's trying to think. As Luca has gone into the top 10, but barely knocking Jonas Orpel down. As Orpel goes even faster, knocking Luca back into the bottom 5. Isaac Lee, now the driver at risk of being eliminated here. Looks like Villegas is invalidated again, so he will not improve here. Benjamin Webb's also invalidated, but he does have a chance to try. Nope, never mind. Checkered flag has fallen, and Benjamin Webb will stay P9. Jerome Visser has done a lap. He's gone to P11, but he's pretty much out. He's on cooldown lap. Santamaria's on a cooldown lap. He's gone up to 12. He's out. Joel Lindstrom did improve, but will start 15th. Mario improves, but not enough. So, obviously with Luca, Ivan, and Jerome not on good laps, that means they're all out, and Isaac Lee barely survives. Oh, Jesus. Survives by 1,000th of a second. Hot damn. But he hasn't finished his lap yet. Oh, no, there we go. He didn't need to finish this lap because he was already in, but he's up to P6. Yeah, he did not need to finish that lap at all, Isaac Lee. He was in by 1,000th of a second. But, damn. Oh. I see Dennis Langrock has started the game according to the Steam. So I wonder if he has fixed his PC issues. I assume I'll have a DM soon from Thomas Eng Racing Manager about Dennis. Because of him leaving as well, like I say, I'm gonna restart the lobby. Just to make sure there's no bugs. Oh damn, 4,000ths between 1 and 2. God damn. To be fair, like, that is quite close. Just under 3/10 separates the top 12. The top 12. But, damn. Damn, that is pretty close. Like, it is Brazil, it's a fast track. So I expected it to be close, but not that close. So maybe in Q3 it might get a bit faster. Obviously, I am hoping, and that somebody does from Thomas Eng Racing does tell me that Dennis cannot race. If not, we'll have to get a different driver in. But I'm still gonna have to restart anyway because of Joel's unfair 5-place penalty. But anyway, we're here now into Q3 as we've got both FERs. Oh wow, that's it. Both FER drivers are in Q3 and everybody else is pretty much one driver. It's like we've got one Future Racing Team, one CSI, one TF10, one Tatum, one Venturi, one Thomas Eng Racing, one AMR, and one ETA. But damn. So that is the thing. It looks like Scott Holmes is going to be the first one to set a banker lap here in Q3. Most drivers here in Q3 only ever do 2 runs, so... Yeah, that is rare to see that, Bart. That is rare. Like, I've not seen that before. Like, literally just the FVR, just FVR. But anyway, rider on board here with Scott Holmes as he starts his first flying lap here in Q3. Oh, bit of a lock up there as we're coming through turns 1 and 2 and 3. Now onto the power DRS flap open, coming down to, I think, doing a 17.0 in the first sector. And now up the hill for turns 6 and 7. Want to keep it nice and clean. Don't want to go too wide on the entry. Now tight in for turns 8 and 9. Now back onto the power towards turn 10. Onto the brakes. Keep it nice and tight to inside. Oh, he's missed the apex a little bit, but I don't think it's going to matter. It's on his first session. Oh, hello. Dennis Langrocker's joined the session. I'm still going to have to restart anyway to get rid of Joel Lindstrom's pen. So, that's fine. Anyway, Scott Holmes, DRS open, coming up to line. What's his banker lap going to be? It is a 106.800. And Isaac Lear also does a 0.8, but it's 0.88. Next up will be Benjamin Webb. Made his debut last week for Future Racing Team. This is his second race for the team in CTC. And his banker lap is a 107.3, as Jonas Opel does a 107.0. And Villegas does a 0.1. And then we've got Supply Raptor going into the 6s there. Very nice, as Aaron Dominguez is slowest of everybody right now. And we've got Chris on his out lap, Victor Widler and Thomas Laminen in the pits. But yeah. Oh, as I said, Victor Widler has actually come out the pits. So yeah, I expected Aaron Dominguez to go to the top of the board. That's a bit of a lag spike there for Supply Raptor, but that is understandable. That he is an American. He is American, so that is understandable. Okay, Thomas Lamin's also out as well for his first run. We'll go on board with the TF10 man. Chris was third fastest in Q2. Will he improve on that? Will he go to the top of the time board? He's going to beat the benchmark of 106.8 set by Scott Holmes. As now the man from Poland is onto the power, going down towards turn 4 and 5. Now onto the brakes. Well, he was faster than Scott Holmes in the first sector there, if I remember rightly. And now it's up the hill towards 6 and 7. Want to keep it nice and tight. Don't want to touch the grass, because if you touch the grass, that is a death sentence, pretty much. Because you just go flying around and into the barrier. Nice and tidily there through the here for the middle sector, onto the brakes, coming around turn 10. Hasn't missed the apex there, unlike Scott. And now back on the power, down the hill towards the start of the third and sector. And now back on the power as we come up the hill towards the long DRS zone. DRS flap open, foot to the floor, up to the line. What's it going to be for Chris? It is provisional pole for Chris from TF10 with a 106.617. Not bad at all for your first one. I'm going on board here with Victor Widler, the man from this the Swedish Venturi driver, coming up to the line. What's his first lap going to be? We'll find out in 3, 2, 1. Across the line. Goes P2. Missing out on provisional pole by 1 thousandth of a second. Okay, Thomas. I was just getting excited about Victor Whitlow going 1,000th. Oh, being 1,000th away from Chris for provisional pole. But now Thomas Lamina comes across the line 2 seconds later and is like, haha, I'm pole now. With a 106.535. The thing is, though, these three have got plenty of time to come in. Plenty of time to come in and go out again. Scott Holmes is out on track again and goes purple in the middle first sector, going just under a tenth, just under a tenth faster than his previous first sector. So it will put him in make provision that would be a 106.7. Okay, can we? Right. Right, running ball. Scott Holmes is coming up to finish the final finish the middle sector here. How much is he up? He's 2/10 up now. This will surely take him into the 0.5s behind Thomas Lanman, but how much he's going to gain in this final sector here? Scott Holmes for Thomas Eng Racing, foot to the floor, DRS open, up to the line. Will it be pole? No! By 0.02 of a second, he misses out on pole by. Hot damn. That is damn close. Isaac Lear has invalidated, so he will just come into the pits. Go on board with the other FVR driver, and Ramirez does not want to finish that lap either. Like, I hope that was a scrub set he was trying to do a lap on, because we do have 4 minutes after the session. He could have done a lap on. Actually, no, he couldn't have. Who was that just leaving the pits? It is a McLaren, the orange papaya of Supply Raptor. Supply Raptor here then, the American racing for Tatum Race Tech. Obviously, Tatum will want to try and outscore TF10 in their battle for P5. As I think it's P5. You know, let's just quickly put that on. Yes, it is. Yeah, 4 point separates them and TF10 for P5. But realistically, the better battle we're watching is between Thomas Eng Racing and FVR. But obviously, Thomas Eng Racing are on the back foot, with Dennis Langrock having severe PC issues. So, but he has rejoined the session. So, I'm just gonna. So Supply Raptor coming through the middle sector. He's gonna have. There is a Racing Bull in the way there, but he, well, he's kind of got out of the way of the Raptor. Raptor will want to try and go a bit faster as we come up to turn 10. Ooh, bit deep there. And now coming out of the last corner, foot to the floor. And now up to the line for Supply Raptor. How much quick he's going to go? Two and a half tenths thereabouts. So up to P5 for the Tatum Race Tech driver. Just gotta now find out where other people are. That is Aaron Ramirez. Thomas Laminin is starting his lap. So has Scott. Chris has bottled his first run, so he will do a double out lap. So Isaac Elliott here starting his lap. Jonas Orpel is on his flyer. So it looks like, nope, Benjamin Webb's still on his outlap. Victor Whittler's starting his lap. So it'll be whoever this FVR is behind Victor Whittler, and it's Aaron Ramirez. As Aaron here is coming up to the line. What will it be for the FVR man across the line now? Goes a full second faster and does a 6.3. As it looks like Villegas has gone up to P8. Next person across the line will be Jonas Orpel. The man, as I'm just trying to, I can't remember where Orpel's from. I think he's German. Anyway, Orpel up to the line, does improve as well, gets back ahead of Villegas and ahead of Supply Raptor into the 0.6s. Good lap there. Next cross line will be Thomas Lamnon. He's not going to. Oh, he's, well, actually no, he'll be the last person to do a lap, so he's doing a double out lap. So Scott's starting his. Isaac Lee is also doing the same thing, so they are lucky. Benjamin Webb's not so lucky. Across the line, he goes to P8. That's a good showing there for him after the disappointing week he had last time out. Victor Whittler improves ahead of Chris and into the 0.5s for P4 as Aaron Ramirez coming across the line. Chris will now... Whoa! Chris was not going any faster, but... God damn it, Chris. Spectacular crash. Yeah, so Villegas into the pits. So the next person across the line... Why is this car still on the track? So Orpel's into the pits, so it will be Thomas Alamanen next across the line. Up to line, he's a 10th down, so his teammates on provisional pole. Scott Holmes across the line does go fast and split and denies an FVR front row. Scott Holmes denying FVR a front row starts. You can't park there. Yep, he definitely cannot park there. Isaac Lee also did improve into P5. So that's very good there. So Aaron Ramirez will claim that extra point for pole position for FVR. So the gap now is 7 points between FVR and Thomas Eng Racing. Scott Holmes got close, but not close enough. But he did deny an FVR front row lockout. So that is very good there. But obviously, again, Thomas Eng Racing will be on the back foot, courtesy of Dennis Langrock having PC issues and only just joining the session now. If drivers can ready up so we can restart the session, I want to remove the 5-place grid penalty from Jonas and make sure Marcel and Dennis start from the back. Well, Marcel because late. So yeah, because we are going into a little bit of a lobby reset, courtesy of some bugs and people thing. So, actually, I could just leave the session. You know, I'll just leave the session. It'll be easier. I'll just leave the session, make a new lobby quick. So we'll just bring it back to this screen. You can see my ugly mug. Because I want to make sure this lobby is not bugged, because I did see a few people get disconnected. What the f... Right, let's just quickly... Right. Lobby is now open. If all drivers can get in super quick. I just need to quickly go back through thing. I also need to remove qualifying from the thing. Weekend structure, remove qualifying, grids, needs to be custom. So if drivers can chop and join, so I can start putting people in the correct place. I also I put the wrong thing there. Alright, I need to quickly just go back through the stream. I know exactly where Langrock and Marcel are, so I don't need to go back as far back as Q3. I just need to go back as far as Q2. If this will cooperate with me, please. Thank you. And there we go. I can see Q2. So if everybody can get in the lobby as quick as possible, the quicker you'll get your butts in the lobby, the quicker we can get this Brazil race underway. So I should probably put on Discord. Omar, can we not joke about that? Like Marcel started pretty much at the back anyway. If it'll make you guys happy, I'll make him start from the very back. If you guys want. I just see Omar just joking around with me. Like I know he's actually joking. But anyway, can people get in the lobby? I'm one driver short. Right. So sorry, Marcel. You are going to the very back. Right. So Joel. I think Dennis Langrock's a missing person. Actually, I don't know. Oh no, Dennis Langrock's right there. Put him behind Joel. So that's Mario. Then Luca. Then Santa Maria. And who's after Santa Maria? Jerome. Wait, who's not in the lobby? Oh, it's the other freaking SCI driver. Can Isaac Lear please get in the lobby? So I say he's the one driver I'm missing. Like, literally, Isaac Lear is one driver missing. Because I do not see a second SCI driver. I only see Jerome Visser. And no, Omar, you're not having Joe Murphy racing starting from the back. Absolutely not. And then here it is Villa Gas next. This is where's Villagas? Oh, Villagas. Wait, where's Villagas? Oh, there it is. I'm blind. I'm blind. Right, so Villagas, then Web, Raptor above Web. Aaron was Paul, then Scott, Thomas Laminen, Widler, then it'll be Isaac Lee, then Chris Jonas. Yeah, it's just Isaac Lee we're waiting on now. Literally just waiting on Isaac Lee. I'll say, and plus Omar, I wouldn't even let Joe Murphy race anyway. I would have to if I know Omar for a fact is pulling my leg, but like if Isaac's late stuff did break, he would have to get Oscar to race, not thing. Mm-hmm. Sure. Sure, his PC died when I just saw him jump on the game. I saw Isaac Lee jump on the game as well. So that's alright. Isaac, can you please get in the lobby? Pioneer, you into anime. Um oh my god. Why have we all readied up? I never said to ready up. Because I didn't finish the grid. Why have we all readied up? Also, as well, it's raining. But still, why did we ready up? I never said to ready up. So why have you guys readied up? Like, seriously, oh man, like, what the f... Oh my god. Like, why would I... Yeah, no, I'm not restarting again. I... Alright, there you go. It is now raining. But yeah, no. Yeah, waiting for the grid to ready up. Like, they can ready up now at this point. Like, Isaac Leaf's not joining, and I'm not restarting again so he can join. Like, he can get stuffed. So yeah, drivers can start whenever. I swear, you drivers are testing my patience today. I'm also hoping as well this rain doesn't last the entire time, because if it does, yeah. Oh well. But anyway, here we are then for a very wet Brazil. 5 lights are on. Lights out and away we go. Looks like it's a decent start here at the front for Aaron as he's cutting off Scott Holmes, but Scott is going to try and go all the way around the outside at turn 1. Doesn't quite get it. Victor Whitler is battling side by side with Thomas Laminen over third. And looks like he's trying to get ahead of the FVR. Obviously, Dennis Langrock want to try and make some moves further back as everyone's moving around. As that is an AMR off the road and a couple of others off the road further back. So Langrock's going to gain a few positions here. He's up to 14th already. As Luca, getting on the grass. Do some Tokyo drifting, but then gets shoved off the road again. Both Villegas, Mario, and Langrock are all going to get past. Well, Langrock just about side by side again. McLaren drifting through. But Dennis Langrock on the inside, still side by side these two drivers are for the entire middle sector. Langrock still on the outside. Who's going to have the better of the brakes coming into turn 13 here? And it looks like Langrock's going to sweep around the outside and just get ahead there of Luca. Dennis now into P12 as Aaron is still leading the race with a Scott Holmes right behind. That is the wrong button. So, and he's already, Langrock's already on the move again. He's trying to get up the inside of the AMR driver of Mario Amoroso, and looks like he's going to, as right on board with the Ferrari man. Has got, you can see there, Langrock on the inside. Oh, brakes a little earlier, but better. Mario trying to get the better exit to get back past Langrock. As if we go on board with the McLaren driver behind. Contact there made between the two pair, but looks like Langrock has finally got into P11. As Luca's going to try and muscle his way down the inside of Mario now. Mario going to lose two places here. Luca now on the outside, but then gets forced onto the grass, which will cost him some time as he's drifting again. And will now lose the place to Jerome Visser behind. Well, they're side by side as they come up. Nope, never mind. Luca's got back ahead. So Aaron still in the lead ahead of Scott Holmes. These two have well and truly dropped Thomas Laminen as he's over a second behind. But with these dark clouds, I don't see this rain going away anytime soon. So it's purely going to be down to the own driver's pace here. No DRS involved. So we'll have to see. Obviously, Thomas Engrayson will be hoping that Scott can get ahead of Aaron at some point. And then obviously we'll need Langrock to try and get ahead of Thomas Laminen further ahead. So right, everyone's pretty much on inters. Oh god, Darius Langrock's getting 4 places. Biggest gainer, then biggest loser in his first few laps is Jerome. He's lost 4 places. What the frick are you guys chatting in the YouTube chat? Like, if I have to tab out of the game to start muting people, I will. As, why is Jerome into the pits? Oh, front wing damage. Ah, that is unfortunate for Jerome. That is unfortunate. Also, as well, the top 5 have not swapped, have not moved any positions. Like, Jonas Opel's lost a couple places. So, because supplying Raptor and thing, as Ivan's now having his own look at Jonas Opel here, trying to get around the 88 man, leaving him enough space, and Santa on the inside for turn 10. Still side by side, little slide there from Ivan, so that will allow Opel to stay ahead of the Venturi man, but he is going to definitely put a lot of pressure. He's going to put a lot of pressure on Opel as we'll ride on board. Well, Opel's got away a little bit. Obviously, as well, with that fighting, they have dropped off, or dropped away from Benjamin Webb, which is not good. But obviously, like I said, I don't know if this rain will lighten up, but it is definitely not. Okay, I'm gonna have to time someone out. So yeah. Ivan not so close this time to Jonas. It looks like Jonas has swaved off that attack. Right. Scott still keeping up with Aaron, so these guys definitely on equal pace. As Scott Holmes, to prove that, has set the fastest lap of the race, a 1 at 19.3. As he's looking to try and get after Aaron, to try and get ahead. Try and get ahead of the FVR man. So I'll say, if Scott can get the lead, then it's all on Dennis to get through the traffic, as right now he is stuck behind Pau Villegas for AMR. So I see, these guys have really broken away from the rest of the field. Like, Thomas Lamnon is like 2.5 seconds back from these guys. So that is interesting. Like, I would like to see some dry weather halfway through this race, but if we get it, I don't know. As Aaron Reminga says, if you can go fast, Scott, I can go faster. Taking the fastest lap away from the Thomas Eng racing driver. Obviously, these guys are miles ahead. Like, they've well and truly pulled away from the top two. And if my eyes don't deceive... Oh no, the rain's still there. It's just barely visible. Never mind. Yeah, no, it's still there. I can see it. So, looks like... Oh no, I was going to say, these guys did get away from Supply Raptor a little bit. As he's struggling to stay within the 1 second. Like, he wants to try and keep in the 1 second. So, yeah, Ivan doesn't seem to want to attack or Pell now, so I think he's just gonna wait. No, it's still raining, but it's barely, because if it's, I would say, Aaron Dominguez again going faster. So if the lap times are getting faster, then that means their track is improving. Like, from the wide cameras like this, I can't see the rain, but if I go on board, I can just still see it. But I think the rain has stopped. I think the rain has stopped. But we'll only find out once DRS gets enabled. If it does. If it does get enabled, then think, Jerome has called off the dogs early, and he's given up. I wouldn't have given up this early, especially with 8 laps in. You never know. Late safety car could have changed it, but obviously he's driving for SCI. They've already won the championship, so I don't think it really matters where he finishes. It's just a shame he got wing damage in the first few laps and had to repair that. I think if he didn't have that damage, he would have stayed out. As Aaron Dominguez goes even faster again. So the track is definitely improving. So we could expect probably some dry tyres in the next few laps. I would say probably a couple laps time. As Omar Adam in the YouTube chat saying, win streak gone. Well, yeah, I would say, yeah, no wonder it's gone, because Pookie's not racing. Like, I know, Isaac, you also was thinking Isaac Lee's not racing. If Isaac was racing, you'd probably have a decent shot, because I know Isaac Lee is a good driver. He's won races in the past in CTC for your team. But why you guys chose not race him, I don't know. Like, why even do qualifying if you're gonna pull him out of the race? Like, I just don't understand. So anyway. Like I say, it's just like I said, the rain has definitely stopped. Oh yeah, no. Ah, Luca's is boxing here after 10 laps. The question is, dry tires on this car? Yes, that is. Mediums going on the McLaren here. So he's going to be the first one to brave the dry tires. Now, the bigger question is this too early? Is the bigger question. He's the first one to try and brave it on the mediums. We'll have to see. You know, let's run a board of Luca on his outlap of the pit. See if he struggles. If he struggle. Oh! Oh! Big slide in there from Luca. That is your question. It's too early. Luca, looks like it's too early for those. Too early for the dry tires, as Luca is now just finding out, or it could just be they've not fully warmed up yet. But I do not. Oh, big slide there. Oh, what's happened to Ben? What's happened to Ben? Oh, Benjamin Webb and Langrock are now into the pits. Dry tires on their cars. Yeah, hards for Benjamin. Langrock also putting on the hards. The one good thing as well with it starting with wet weather, they do not think. Oh! Benjamin Webb's crashed into the pit wall and that's brought out a full safety car. Well then, that is unfortunate for Future Racing Team. Their one and only driver today has binned it on the exit of the pit wall. Oh dear. That is very unfortunate for Benjamin, and that's brought out the full course safety car. So this is really bad for Langrock because he's just pitted, so all these guys ahead of him are going to get a free pit stop. If they want to pit, that is. Bro, how'd you crash it? So Dylan, it's wet. He's put on dry tires when the pit lane is still wet. So yeah, pretty much everybody into the pits. It's called the reacting to Luca. Luca's the other driver who's pitted for for dry tires. So everyone's reacting to him. Like I said, I think it's too early for the dry tires, but everybody else is putting on a set hards. So that is unfortunate for Benjamin Webb. He was running so well. He was doing so well in qualifying, but then just happened to lose it. So now, but my bigger question is, how many places is Dennis Langrock going to gain with people just coming out the pits? Like, he pitted the lap before, and he's going to come out just behind Marcel, who's actually gained places. Marcel Baptiste has gained like a couple places in the pits. So the grid has jumbled up again. So Widler actually got ahead of Laminen in the pits, and Opel got. Oh no, Opel was only one place. He was behind Benjamin, so. But yeah. So this is interesting. So we'll have to wait for Luca to catch up to safety car. He has pit again and put a set of hard tires on. Can the Haas go to the end from here? You're behind the safety car for at least until the end of lap 13. So you're down to lap 14. So it's what, 23 laps? Alright, guys. Guys in the YouTube chat, can we just stop asking literal stupid questions you want me to answer? Like, if it's not relevant to the race, I am not going to respond to it. First and only time I'm going to say it. So yeah, we're just waiting for Luca for TRT to catch to the back of the field. So we should probably get one more lap of safety car, so it'll be in at the end of lap 14 unless we get a random message now saying it's going to come in. But Thomas Laminen is like 2 seconds back from Victor for some reason. So thing. Brandon, I will not tell you again. Anymore, like, no, stop with the inappropriate comments. Like, I've warned thing as well. Like, I swear I have already muted a Brandon Clark. Oh my god, Brandon made another account so he could thing. Okay. Can we go? No, Tom. So why are the big gaps between drivers right now? What the flip is going on here? Like, why is there a massive gap? Anyway, safety car should be in at the end of this lap. As we just wait for the safety car message, there it is. So we're going to get racing. Yeah, I know, but it's just like, sometimes the game, when you leave one and the safety car tends to bug out and stay out for another lap. But anyway, Aaron Dominguez here will pace the grid here in the final sector, and he will decide when we all go. They're all on the hard tyre. Luca has the fresher hard tyres compared to everyone else. So we're about to get racing. We've already done 14 laps of this Brazilian Grand Prix. Aaron leaving it till the last possible minute. Anna's gone as Mario and Joe Lindstrom both overtake Dennis Langer before thing. As looks like Laminen's trying to get past Victor Whittler here for P3. Like, he took it away in the pits, did Victor, but he's got back ahead. As Supply Raptor's been knocked off the run, he's dropped all the way back to the back of the field. That is unfortunate for Supply Raptor, as Lucas, Joe Lindstrom are fighting at the back. Villagas and Opel got ahead of Raptor, and like they've all got ahead. So they're all thing, but the top two already have just broken away from Thomas Laminen. Like, Thomas is barely holding on behind them. But like, the bigger question as well, with those dark clouds I see in the sky, will we get more rain later in this race? And I'm not even sure if DRS has been enabled yet, by the way. I've not seen the DRS enabled thing. But if it has been enabled, should see it when they cross the line this time around. So Thomas wants to be within that 1 second of Scott. As I think Santa Maria might make a move on Opel into turn 1, as Dominguez gets fastest lap of the race at 1:17.105. Oh! Santa Maria having to defend there from Marcel Baptiste behind him. as it looks like Mario, Amabroso and Supply Raptor fighting over what is last place, pretty much. Like, they're all just doing what, the one long train right now. Thomas is very close to being out of the 1 second, which is not going to be helpful for him at all. Yeah, he's out the 1 second again. Like, the detection point is not until after before turn 14. Like, they're about to come up to the detection point now. Thomas needs to put his foot down, and he's barely within the second. Barely. He only just gets DRS on Scott Holmes, so he's able to defend from Victor Widler. As Aaron Mingus does a 1:13.982. And I was right, everyone now does have DRS enabled. As Langrock's getting past Marcel into P9. That is a big move for Dennis. He needs to quickly get through the field as quick as possible. Next person for him to get past is Ivan Santa Maria. Like, he needs to get past Ivan as quick as possible. So, Dennis on a charge here. So next for him to get past is Ivan. He needs to try and quickly get past. Again, Thomas is struggling to keep up with the top two. Like, at some point, obviously, Scott will have to overtake Aaron. But I assume he'll probably wait until, probably the last couple of laps. And obviously, as well, ignore the caution, sector 1. That is just a bug. Scott Holmes fastest lap of the race. Never mind, Thomas Lamnan gets it. Man's almost a second back, but gets fastest lap with a 1:12.990. Very nice. Just going further back as Marcel Baptiste is the first, but never mind. Him and Supplier to both get 3 seconds for violating track limits. That's both their third warnings. We're on lap 18 here of the 36. At the end of this lap, we'll be halfway through. As Orpel's looking a bit under pressure here from Ivan Santamaria here. Like, he's all over the back of that ET8. Like, he wants to try and get ahead, because like Venturi does have an outside chance of taking third away from Thomas Eng Racing, but I think with Scott in second, it does not look like that will be the case, because Scott's either going to finish first or second. Victor Widler's getting very close to the back of Thomas Laman's FVR. As Aaron Mingus, and here comes the fastest laps just flooding in. Chris Baczynski now with the fastest lap of 1:12.077. He is currently in P5. As if Thomas Eng Racing wants to win, we're going to have to think as the leaders are swapping positions. Scott fighting for the lead, but does not quite get it. They're going to fight up towards here, turn 6, side by side, the two leaders. Little bit of contact there between the two. And that is unsettled Scott there, so he's having to settle back. And now, realistically, Thomas Lamman's really caught up. Oh, hello, Victor Widler trying to go around the outside. Switch back though on Thomas Lamman, gets powered, trying to get powered on earlier. Not quite there for Victor. He's very close though to the back of Thomas, so if Thomas makes a small mistake anywhere, oh, bit of a wobble there for Thomas. So let's let him drop back a little bit from Scott, so Victor may have a good chance here at getting ahead and into third place here. Into turn 1, will he try to go for it on the brakes? Nope. Villegas now, Marcel Baptiste now with fastest lap of the race, so 1:11.357. He currently is in P10 behind Dennis Langrock. As Thomas Lamman's having to go defensive here against Victor Widler. But Victor just not quite close enough to the back of that FVR. Like, he was hoping to get close enough, but does not quite get close enough. So that is unfortunate, but like, he's all over the back of Thomas's car. Like, he's almost up the diffuser. I can say something about his teammate with Jonas Opel. He's right on the back of his team, right on the back of someone as well. We're not having much excitement. So Scott's backed off of Aaron for now, so we're not going to see any fighting there. But Aaron Minger's getting the fastest lap of the race with no DRS. Never mind, everybody else is just getting fastest lap of the race. Fastest lap now goes to Luca with a 1:10.648. Like I said, that track is certainly improving. It's certainly drying out. Just looking at Chris here, he's looking to try and get a move there on Victor Widler, but not quite close enough to the back of that Venturi. But he does have to be mindful. He does have a Paul Villegas right behind him, as Villegas is looking quite quick here. So it's like he's almost. As I also just noticed, Supply Raptor and Mario have just completely dropped off the back of everyone. Right, these guys are all in one long train. Oh, that's big. That's big. I've just noticed this. Scott and Aaron have broken the train. So now they are a full second ahead of Thomas Laminen. So that is not good at all. That is not good at all. Breaking the train. So unless Thomas can get back within in this middle sector, that is going to put him under a lot of pressure from Victor Widler come the main straight and turn one. Like, he's trying his hardest to get back in. He's going to have to push a bit harder. 1.2. Like, he needs to push, get a wriggle on if he wants to try and get back within that 1 second. Obviously, Scott doesn't want to let him back in that 1 second. 1.3. Well, they passed the detection point. No. So Thomas is going to be under a lot of pressure from Victor Widler and Chris, as they are not waiting around, either of them. One and both, either side of each other, and both now Victor and Chris are side by side as we come to turn one. But Victor getting the better of it. Thomas Laminen losing 2 places there in the turn one. Brilliant move there from the Venturi and the TF10 boys there. Again, absolutely straight past Thomas Laminen, as Villegas was looking for a move past the FVR. Like, if you're Thomas Eng Racing, seeing Thomas Laminen lose a couple places will make you happy right now. And also as well, the gap between them and the top 2 has now increased to 2 seconds. So this is definitely going to be interesting. It's like, when is Dennis Langrock going to start pushing to get through these guys? Because he'll have to start soon if he wants to try anything. Oh, that was a Tatum driver there having a bit of a little snap. So coming up to turn one here. So Chris will have a good chance to try and get past Victor Widler into turn one. As Scott Holmes has fastest lap of the race, and there we go. Victor losing 3rd place to Chris. And oh, as I was saying, that Dennis Langrock needs to get a wriggle on. He was trying to have a good Santa Maria and does not, as Scott has got ahead of Aaron and gets at the front. But Langrock having to defend there from Marcel. So that is not helpful at all for Langrock. He wants to get ahead, but Marcel seems to be applying a lot of pressure A lot of pressure on that Thomas Eng racing driver. Like, one's in the lead and the other one's down in 9th. So first is what, 22, 9th is about 7. And then obviously with the Aaron in second gaining 18, Thomas in 5th gaining 11. Yeah, there's not enough. Because it'll be 29 versus 20 thing. As Langrock was going for it again on Santa Maria, but again, not quite. He might. Is he going to try again on the brakes? No. I thought he was going to have a look. So yeah, second is 18. 15 is 11, that's 29. So it's 29 versus 29 right now. That's ironic. Both teams are scoring 29 points right now. That's funny. Well, technically FER's scoring 30 because they've got fastest the pole lap. But realistically, Thomas Egermason needs to gap them by 7 points to have a shot of second. But also as well, you can't leave out Stewart reports. As it looks like Aaron Ramirez and Scott Holmes are fighting over P1 again. Them fight is actually making them lose time to Chris. A couple laps ago it was a full 2 seconds. It's now 1.4 is the gap. As Scott's going down the inside on Aaron at turn 4. As Chris is almost back within DRS. So Chris is definitely charging, and now he goes under the 1 second. So Scott and Aaron fighting has let the rest of the field catch back up. So this is going to be interesting. This is very interesting indeed. We're back to one lock train. Oh, but Victor and Chris have almost broke away from Thomas Laminen. He's barely holding on again as Thomas, so like he's out the 1 second, but that was after he crossed the detection point, so he will have DRS this time around. If Thomas is, I think Thomas is struggling, so it could be setup related. I don't know. Like if he loses DRS to the front 4, which he has again. He's got DRS, but he's like, if he doesn't get back within DRS, he's going to be under pressure from Villegas. Villegas is going to try go. Oh, I thought he was going to try it down the inside there, Villegas, into turn 4. But does not quite. But Thomas Laminen losing DRS is not helpful right now, as we've got yellow flags in Sector 2. Never mind, they are gone now. Oh, it was Luca having a small slide. So the train is now down to 11 cars. Well, 4, then 7. I don't know what it could be related to, fake Tata. I don't know, it could be setup related, it could be, wheel, it could be like, I don't know, wheel pedal issues, it could also be, tyre wear as well, or just him not liking this track. And I was like, there's so many different reasons. I just said one, I just thought of the most obvious one, which should be more setup related. I thought, like I said, I just thought the setup would be more the most thing, but yeah. As Villegas is getting past Laminen, as he does not have DRS the rest of the field. So these guys are like 2 seconds off the back of the front 4. So Villegas will try to look to catch up to the front 4 as Aaron Ramirez is the lead car of this front 4. Scott Holmes is going to try and make a brave one round the outside to make it the inside, but no, not quite close enough. As now he's got Victor and Chris. Oh, contact there, I think, between Chris and Scott. As Chris is now being challenged by Victor. Luckily, Chris does not have front wing damage, but I do think he hit the back of Scott, though, into turn 10. But it doesn't look like he's done any damage to his car. And they haven't lost DRS to the rest of them. But Villegas has caught them. Villegas has got in that DRS, has dropped Thomas Laminen. So Thomas is struggling, clearly. As Dennis Ranglund trying again to get past Santa Maria. Like, he needs to start getting a wriggle on if he wants to get more points. Like, he's looked the closest he has done all race. Side by side, the two drivers now. Dennis Ranglund trying to go around the outside of Santa Maria, but gets pushed off the road just a little bit there by the Venturi man. And getting the elbows out. Langrock trying to get past him, and now Baptiste trying to dive down the inside at turn 6 on Langrock there, but does not quite get it, as it looks like Villegas has got back within the DRS of the guys ahead, and Laminen has also got back into the DRS of Villegas too. Like, this, if people are going to start fighting for position, this is when you'd think they'll start fighting. Like, the Tatum drivers, unfortunately, I think I've just given up trying to fight for 5th. Because with Chris in 3rd and Marcel in 10th, yeah. But the battle that's still raging is between Thomas Eng Racing and FVR over 2nd place. After FVR picking up the pole position point, it is 7 points is the gap between the two teams. Langrock needs to get a wriggle on. Oh, this is Luca pitting for the soft medium tyres, so he's going to look to try and get the fastest lap away. Which currently, who has the fastest lap? It is currently owned by Scott Holmes, the fastest lap. So if Luca steals that from Scott, that is going to be very helpful. I didn't realise Scott had the fastest lap of the race. So it's a 109.806 right now as fastest lap. As we're all in one long DRS train. Like, if I was Dennis Langrock, you need to get a wriggle on, sir. Like, realistically, you want to be ahead of Thomas Laminen, who's currently in P6. Like, if I was Thomas Eng Racing right now, I would tell Dennis to stick his foot down. Like, stick that foot down, get past the Venturi and the ETA ahead of you. Because there's only so much Scott can do. So obviously he doesn't want to be in the lead on the final lap, realistically, unless he can build a decent gap to Aaron Ramirez. So obviously currently right now he's in 1st with fastest lap, so he's getting 23 points. Dennis will get 7, so that's 30. And then obviously Aaron in 2nd with 18 and Thomas getting 10 for 6th. Makes that 28. But yeah. I'm sure. I was like, yeah, it can be that easy. I've seen people do unorthodox overtakes around Brazil. Like, hell, I've seen people go around the outside of people at turn 8 before when commentating, so. But anyway, like I said, Dennis does need to get a move on if he wants to help his team out, because there's only so much Scott can do from the lead. Like, Scott could try something. Oh, hello. Like, if anything, if the rest of the field can break away from Thomas Laminen, I think he made a mistake there. He was too late on the brakes. Not for this. I wouldn't be too sure. As that, well, there goes fastest that point. It gets taken away from Scott Holmes and now goes to Luca. So, one less point there for Thomas Eng Racing, as now they will only score 29 points compared to FVR's 28. So, realistically, Langrock does need to get a wriggle on. And is Thomas Laminen struggling again? He's out of the 1 second. And have passed the DRS detection point. He's out the 1 second. Oh, this is big. So this is a big chance now for Jonas Orpel and Santa Maria to get past the FVR driver, as a big lockups there for Jonas. But Jonas will have a second shot going into turn 4, as we've now panned to a lovely helicopter shot as he's up the inside. And again Dennis Langrock and Ivan squabbling again over P8. And again, no way through for Langrock. But Langrock trying to go on the outside, doesn't quite get it, but now he's under pressure from the TF10 of Marcel Paptiche, trying to go down his inside. Contact there made. And now Joel Lindstrom says, thank you very much, I will take that place away from you, Marcel. But Thomas Laminen he's just dropping places. Like, Jonas has caught back up to the front ones, or, well, has he? He's barely in it. Yep, he's just in it as they cross the detection point. So Jonas now going to try and catch up to the front runners, as Thomas Laminen, like I say, is just struggling. And Santa Maria, after pushing Dennis Langrock off multiple times, I don't think Thomas Engrayson will be happy with the Venturi driver. But realistically, Venturi does have a reason to fight, but he would also, Ivan would have to also get a wriggle on to start getting places. As Jonas again is just outside the DRS of the guys ahead. He just needs to get his foot down just a little bit. He's, like I say, he's flirting with the 1 second. Well, there it goes. Eight tenths. Just needs to gain a little bit in this middle sector. Back to a second. Come on, Jonas. You want to break that 1 second to Thomas Laminen, which you have done, but you want to also have your own DRS to Villegas ahead. As, again, Laminen outside the DRS. So he's going to be under pressure here from Santa Maria and Dennis Langrock here. As we're going to go on board with Dennis to watch Ivan just go flying up past the FVR. That's more points from FVR being taken away. But the thing is, though, Langrock will have DRS. Laminen will have DRS on Santa Maria, who has now been freed. But will it be easier for Langrock to get past Laminen? Obviously, Laminen covering the inside. Oh, bit of a slide there. Bit of a slide there from Laminen that's caused a bit of contact there. So Thomas clearly definitely struggling. But these guys have also dropped off the back of Orpel. Orpel's caught the front running train, and these guys are off the back of him. So this is big. We're on the second to last lap here. So realistically, this will be Aaron Mingus' probably last chance to get ahead of Scott Holmes, as Laminen's lost DRS again to the driver ahead. Thomas is clearly clearly does not like this track. So coming on to the final lap here, Aaron Mingus will have one last chance to try and take the lead away from Scott Holmes. Scott will have to try and absolutely bolt it down the straight. Like, he's got this chance into turn 4 as Langrock and Lindstrom both getting past Laminen. So that is big. More points taken away from FVR. Oh, did Aaron Mingus just... Oh, contact there between the two leaders. And Aaron Mingus is going to try and go around the outside. Contact! Contact between both of them, and Aaron is onto the grass and is round. Oh, barely avoiding Jonas Orpel. But contact between both drivers has left Scott with wing damage and Chris into the lead. And Aaron Mingus has dropped all the way down to P7. He's dropped behind Santa Maria. Drama on the final lap of this race. That is absolute drama. So that is going to be taken to the stewards room later. But anyway, as we come here, round the final corner, Chris will take the win for TF10. And Victor Whittle will get on the podium for Venturi. Scott holding on to P3. But will the stewards be looking at his contact with Aaron Mingus, see who is at fault? Villegas will pick up P4 for AMR. Jonas Opel picks up P5 for ET8. Ivan Santamaria will pick up P7 after the contact. Aaron Mingus down at P7. Then Langrock in 8th. Joel Lindstrom got ahead of Thomas Lamina for P9. Then Lamina in P10. Then Marcel. Luca after spinning across the line. And now we just wait for Supply Raptor to steal the fastest lap away from his own teammate. That is kind of harsh from Supply Raptor, but understandable. He wants the extra point. And now we just wait for Mario, who's going to attempt the same thing. Will he take it away from Supply Raptor? Yes, he does! There goes an extra point for AMR. As Mario crosses the line in 14th, but he gets 2 points for that and an extra one for fastest lap. So what a chaotic race that was. It came to the final race to see who gets second and third in the championship. But I think as it stands right now, if I do some quick maths in my head, I do think Thomas Eng Racing will go up to second, pending Stuart inquiries. Because with Aaron in P7, that is a 9 points, and Thomas in 10th, that's 6, that's 15, compared to the 15 Scott, compared to the 15 that Scott gets, with the 8 points that Langrock gets. So I think Thomas Eng Racing just gets into second place by a single point. But that is pending Stuart's review. But anyway, Chris with the race win then for TF10, Victor Woodley in second, then Scott Holmes third, Villegas, Opel, Santamaria, Aaron Mingus, Dennis Langrock, Joel Lindstrom and Thomas Laminen are your top 10. And then obviously outside the top 10, but still getting points are Marcel Baptist, Luca, Supply Raptor, and Mario Ambroso with fastest up as well. And then Benjamin Webb and Jerome Vista are the only 2 drivers not to finish. Benjamin absolutely crashed in the pit lane exit. So that is unfortunate for him. He was doing really well as well, was Benjamin. Like, I was rather impressed with his performance, as I will bring you back to the main screen. There, yeah, you'll see my penguin. But, yep. So I'll just bring the points on the screen. So here you are, the points. Shizushi Cedric out on the top spot. And FVR and Thomas Eng Racing were fighting over second and third in the teams. Venturi had an outside chance of taking third away, but was not quite close enough. Like I said, I think Thomas Eng Racing have snatched it by 1 point, but this is pending Stuart reviews, because I think someone's going to report what happened between Scott and Aaron, because that the contact there could have easily been avoided between the 2 drivers. So I'm only speculating. Like, I can't really comment on it realistically, because I handle all the appeals that people do. So I think if the Stewarts, people not happy with the Stewarts, but yeah. Now, good couple laps there from everyone else. I also think as well, with Future Racing Team not scoring any points, AMR will take 7th away from them. I think ETA might just get ahead as well of Future Racing Team. Like I said, we'll see sometime next week the updated standings pending Stewart inquiries. But obviously tonight, I've been the Piney Penguin, and you have been watching round 12 of the CTC Competitive Team Championship. Not entirely sure when the next season is going to be. I am trying to try and sort it with Lars Somik, who is the CTC owner. I am trying to arrange it. If I do get everything sorted, the planned time would be probably after Christmas at this point, I'd think, depending when Lars eventually responds to me, if he ever does. But yeah, the planned time would be after Christmas, New Year, because I think that'd be the best time to start the next season on this game, which will then probably take us up to what is it now? There's like we're not getting an F126, we're just getting F126 cars added to the game as a DLC. So that'll be interesting. But anyway, I've been a Penny Penguin. Thank you all for watching the CTC race tonight. And we'll hopefully see you soon for Season 6 when it eventually comes around. So, cheerio.